Uh, if you guys can hear me, just let me know in the comment section, and I'll let a few others join in. And if the internet connectivity is good and the voice and the video is clear, then I can move further. So, hi Vicky, can you just let me know if the voice is clear or not? Hi Kirandeep, hi Amit, hi Abhijit, hi everyone. Is the voice clear so that I can begin? Okay. Voice is not clear. Some are saying it's clear, some are saying it's not clear. Okay. Most of you are saying it's clear. Okay. Um, I'm not sure what to do. I don't have my microphone with me. So anyway, I'll just tell you a few things. That what are the important expected topics, right? Most of you know what all topics are there, right? I mean, most of the topics are very common. But yet I just try to voice it out so that you can revise these topics now, right? So for the GATE 2019 exam, if I talk about organic especially, right, physical and inorganic is quite predictable. But in organic, I have seen some trends, right? So the last time IIT Madras made the paper was in 2011, right? So let me just I'll answer to all your queries later in the comment section, right? Before that, just let me tell you the topics, right? It was much more easier for me to make a live video rather than uploading it because the internet speed is not that great over here. So first of all, in organic paper is generally very easy as compared to CSI net. So what I would recommend you is that you can go and do the CSI net questions or gate, right? Now, like for example, in CSI net there are 3 or 4 topics which come like 3 or 4 reagents which are given in the same question. So don't like those kind of questions will not come in gate. In only simple reactions will come, but those simple reactions will be from some parts of CSI net questions also, right? So please do the CSI Net December 2018 question paper really well. I'll upload the answer key of the organic section on Unacademy as well by tomorrow, right? So you can see the from there, like especially like Korey-Chaykovsky reaction. Then there's Palmer rearrangement. So the sulfur and oxygen, right? Or sulfur halides in general. So I'll tell you these two main reactions. One is Palmer rearrangement and one is Korey-Chaykovsky reaction. These two reactions are very important, right? These two reactions are very important, especially your sulfones, sulfides. These kind of reactions are very important, right? Then you have to focus on intermediates, right? Carbines, carbenoids, right? These kind of questions are very important, especially your what do you call this, Barton rule, right? Not Barton rule, sorry. I forgot the name for free radical reactions. There's a Baldwin rule. Sorry, yeah, Baldwin's rule for free radical reactions. Then all the name reactions for nitrines. Then in benzene, specifically focus on that. This it's given clearly in clearing. If you go through benzene mechanism, one is addition elimination reaction and one is elimination addition reaction. These two follow different mechanisms, and there's a question in your June 2018 examination as well, right? Okay, I'll try to be a little slow. Okay, and okay, so this is from organic. Then silicon chemistry. So if you remember in December 2018, there was a question where indium tribromide was given to us and a allyl salile reagent was given to us, right? So these silicon reagents, these are very important. Silicon chemistry is very important, and this time I expect a question since IIT Madras is making the question paper, and the organic part is actually very tough compared to other gate examinations, not compared to CSI net, but when you compare it to gate, it's very tough. All right. Then we have pericyclic and photochemistry. You cannot leave it out. If you are strong in organic or not, you cannot afford to leave out pericyclic and photochemistry. Gate gives it a lot of weightage. It gives a hell lot of weightage, around 6 to 7 marks minimum. Especially Diels-Alder reaction. Okay. So Diels-Alder reaction, endo rule. Just go through Claydon once for Diels-Alder reaction. That will be great. Okay. And electrocyclic reactions. Sigmatropic are not that frequent. So if you don't have the time to go through all the reactions, I would just recommend you to just go through electrocyclic and Diels-Alder. And if you don't have the time, you can leave out sigmatropic, right? But if you have the time, or if you can grasp the concept, then do the sigmatropic reactions as well. All right. Then we have some important reagents which I feel are very important. First is peroxy acids, like your metachloroperbenzoic acid, MCPBA. This is a very important reagent. It is used in a lot of main reactions also, like Baeyer-Villiger oxidation, right? And along with that, Birch reduction. These two reagents you cannot afford to miss out. Then NBS is also something that has been asked time and again in the gate examination that I've observed. Then we have selenium dioxide and samarium diiodide, right? Now for gate, if you want to really do well in organic, your general organic chemistry, if it's good, really score a good amount of marks in organic, right? Then in stereochemistry, again the basics: biphenyls, RNS configuration, spiranes, and biphenyls, spiranes, and allenes. These three, right? And along with that, coupling reactions, especially your Stille coupling and Suzuki coupling. These two are very important, right? And conformations of cyclic chains. So these topics, if you can do from organic point of view, you can do pretty well. And in heterocyclic compounds, if you don't have the time to do all of heterocyclics, just do chemistry of pyridine. Okay, that is very important from gate point of view. I've seen every alternate year there has been a question from pyridines. Okay, so this is about gate. Now, one specific question that will definitely come in gate is related to your inverse spinal, normal spinal, mixed spinal. So don't forget to do spinals. Okay, this is from inorganic. Then we have water exchange, rate of water exchange. Then one definite question out of these three topics will be there: either term symbols, either molecular or atomic term symbols, or oracle diagrams. Right? Some transition will be taking place, and you have to tell about the oracle diagrams. Then MLCT, LMCT transitions, 18 electron rule. Especially they ask questions from hapticity. Okay, hapticity of cyclopentadiene, beta 5. You can see if you go through the gate paper, you'll see the hapticity questions, right? Don't give much weightage to an analytical chemistry. I've not seen questions from analytical chemistry in the gate exam, right? Please do Jan Teller very well. And this is one intuition that I have. Wilkinson's catalyst, I feel, will come this time. Okay, especially the reactivity of Wilkinson's catalyst in different substrates. So please see the reactivity of Wilkinson's catalyst. I also have made a video about it, so you can go ahead and watch it. Wilkinson's catalyst, don't forget that, right? Then for reaction mechanism in organometallic chemistry, please follow V.D. Gupta. If you have that book, that is a really good book, especially for gate examination, and is in fact written by an IIT professor itself from IIT Delhi. BD Gupta, I think. Oh no, not BD Gupta. I'm not sure about BD Gupta, but the main author, AJ Ilyas, he was a professor at IIT Delhi, right? Then in bioorganic, it's something similar to CSI net only. If you have the time, just do the previous year questions from CSI net. No need to do anything else for the gate examination. Just do previous year questions from gate and net exam. Generally, the questions are repeated from bio inorganic chemistry, right? Uh, then we have, I'll focus on IIT Madras as well. Don't worry about that, right? How different was their 2011 paper from the rest of the gate exam, right? So this was, and then your basics like reaction mechanisms, like inner sphere, outer sphere mechanism. So very, very typical questions. They are very straightforward and typical questions that are there in gate, right? Inorganic is very easy for the gate examination. Focusing on these are two important topics, especially peptides, and I feel peptides will be asked this time. It's because it was asked in your TFR exam also and in your CSNet exam also. So this time I'm very sure that your peptide chemistry will be there in the gate examination. Now for peptide chemistry, you need to focus on Edmond and Sanger's reagent, right? This time also there's a question from Edmond's reagent. So please do in peptide chemistry, what is the Edmond reagent, what is the Sanger's reagent, and what are the byproducts and the products formed in each case. Then isoelectronic points. Okay, how do you calculate the isoelectronic point of a peptide? Okay, sorry, of a amino acid. And then one thing else that I've written is, yeah, the three-letter codes, especially the three-letter codes of amino acids. What are the three-letter codes of amino acids? These topics you have to do well, okay, from peptide chemistry if you really want to do well. And one last thing from organic, focus on more on reducing agents rather than oxidizing agents. I've seen majority of questions that are asked in the exam are from reducing agents, not from oxidizing agents, right? So focus more on the reducing part. Okay, coming to physical chemistry, in physical chemistry and electrochemistry, just focus on Nernst equation and how to calculate the E naught values, just the basics. I have not seen any complex question from electrochemistry till now in the gate examinations, leaving out one or two odd years, right? If I talk about last 10-year papers, I've hardly seen any question apart from calculating your E naught values or your Nernst equation. Nothing else from, like, nothing too fancy is being asked from electrochemistry. Then UV absorbance, especially your Beer-Lambert's law. Please do the numericals related to Beer-Lambert's law, right? And in solids, just how you're preparing for CSN at all these topics that I've already repeated, like dense calculating density, then the basic contributions of FCC, BCC, and along with that, just focus more on defects and band theory, right? Band theory and defects. Focus more on that in first from solid states. In kinetics, your it's kinetics is actually important, and a lot of questions are there from gate which are very straightforward, like especially questions from first order, second order, and zero order reactions. And I mean, focus more on graphical parts, like not focus more, but just go through the graphs. That what exactly will the graph look like? Try to relate it with the y equal to mx plus c equation. That will really help you in the graphical problems. Okay. Then in thermodynamics, one thing that you definitely cannot afford to miss out is Joule-Thomson coefficient and Carnot cycle. Now, because the gate examination is highly application based, so I sorry, I expect questions from excuse me. Yeah, I expect questions from your Carnot cycle and what do you call it? Kirchhoff's law and Joule-Thomson coefficient. These three topics are very important, right? Carnot cycle, Joule-Thomson coefficient, and what do you call it? Kirchhoff's law, right? Kirchhoff's equation. Then partition functions, only numericals. Here you have to practice only numericals based on partition functions, vibrational, rotational, just the formula and some basic numericals, right? Um, then in group theory, if this time I expect a question from group theory, and that will be from only calculating the point group. Nothing else is asked on the gate exam. You can take out the last 10-year papers from 2009 to 2018, and you will see that there was no question from group theory apart from calculating the point groups. Nothing else, right? They'll give you a particular shape or they'll give you a particular molecule, and they will just ask you to calculate the point group. Okay. Then from surface, just if you don't have the time, just do Langmuir adsorption isotherm and wet isotherm. These two, BET isotherms and Langmuir adsorption isotherm, right? This time, don't forget in kinetics, I really have intuition that enzyme catalysis might be there, right? So enzyme catalysis is what you also need to focus on. Apart from that, obviously your rotational, vibrational spectroscopy, the numericals, and Raman spectroscopy, calculating the Stokes and anti-Stokes lines. Where will the Stokes line be? Or if a transition is taking place from third to fourth, you know, third to fourth transition is taking place, what will be the difference in the energy, something like that, right? Difference in energy in terms of wave number. So these kind of questions. And last but not the least, in quantum commutator, uh, only the basics till particle in 1D, and in 3D just do the degeneracy, that what is the degeneracy of a particular level in 3D box. I think that would be good enough for quantum. And if you have the time, then maybe on molecular orbital theory. If I don't think I'll get the time to make the video. Even I think even perturbation theory I won't be able to make. I'm actually very busy these days. So let's hope that my prediction goes well. And coming on to the last thing, that is in 2011, the IIT Madras paper, what I found was um, it was little different. There were two or three questions which were little different. One was there was a question from non-aqueous solvent, like they had given a question on XeF2 plus ASF5. What will be the product, right? And then they had asked a question on optical isomers in or optical, yeah, number of optical isomers in inorganic complexes like Ma3B3 type or Ma2B2C2 type, these kind of complexes, how many optical isomers will be there. And along with that, they had asked the question on metal metal bonds, right? How many metal metal bonds are there? So I actually forgot, in inorganic chemistry, please do also focus on your carboranes, boranes, basically your polyhedral skeletal electron pair theory, right? All basic, not very tough structures, just the basic structures. How to calculate your NATO arachno in case of zinc alliance, and how to find the metal-metal bonds, right? So these are the only topics that I found out, which are important. And so yeah, that's about it. It's very very basic, don't worry about it. If your basics are there, if you just just go through these topics even once, you'll be good to go, right? Yeah, if I was there, Avinash, I would have eliminated equilibria. I wouldn't have given it much weightage. And Lipica, for bark you don't need gate, right? It's not, you can clear the entrance exam, you don't need to clear gate. Okay, it's not a eligibility criteria. Actually, I cannot do questions on practical. Sorry, I won't be able to. I won't be able to devote so much time for that. Sorry about that, Sakshi. Um, it's available on the website, Krishnan. Abhijit, again, nuclear chemistry. I mean, I've seen questions. Most of them are from radioactive decay, right? And how much time will this decay? So, or you should know that nuclear decay is always first order. So I'll include it in kinetics. Only. I won't give it separate. I won't keep it separate, right? Uh, Unit conversion. I'll definitely try, Shweta, to make a video on that. Adarsh, which book will be perfect for natural product? If you want to do natural product chemistry, I think CZACO. CZACO is a good book. They have name reactions, but most of the name reactions are related to natural product synthesis only. Okay, so you can focus on that, right? Uh, Again, Arzu, the main group topic is a very vast topic, and accordingly, I cannot pinpoint that question will come from this particular part only, right? So that's why I did not mention main group over here. Okay. Suman Atkins is a good book if you want that. Manas, just practice for physical numericals. I think you have jam questions, and then you have gate question papers, and then Puri Sharma Pathania is there, KL Kapoor is there, CSI net questions are there. So there are plenty of practice questions. You can practice from a lot of sources. Um, So again, it's not a trend that I've seen. Like in CSNet, you'll always see questions from lanthanides and actinides. I have not been able to spot such a trend in um, in your gate examination. That's why I did not mention. Right. Again, Amit, a mass spectra also, I did not see a trend. There were questions from NMAS spectroscopy which were very basic, but again, there was no trend as such in the mass spectra questions. Okay, sometimes it might be asked, sometimes it won't. Right. Spectroscopy is important, definitely. GATE is an application-based exam, and spectroscopy will definitely be play a vital role, right? Even though I have not seen many questions recently, but please do not. You cannot afford to miss out on spectroscopy. It's very important, right? I've just mentioned it, Anurag. You can watch this video again once it will be uploaded. I have already mentioned what all topics to be done. Okay, I'll try, Roshni. I'll try to do that. Abhijit, for aptitude is no trend. There'll be two or three questions from English in one markers, and if your English is generally okay, also I'll not say if it's good. Even if it's okay, you'll be easily able to score that. Then there'll be few mathematical questions that depends from examination to examination. Sometimes they are very tough. Sometimes they are very simple. Um, so, like if they ask you a question from Taylor series, most of you would not be knowing how to calculate the end product of a Taylor series. So there you'll face problem. There you won't be able to use any kind of formula until and unless you don't know how to calculate the Taylor series product, right? So sometimes in GATE you see such questions and you can't do anything about it. As simple as that. But I think out of 15, still 10 marks you can easily score. There will be two or three tough questions that I can guarantee, but 10 marks you can score in aptitude, right? Polymer, I won't do it, Vaibhav. I'll leave it out if I was there in your position, right? Totally up to you. This is my suggestion, right? Please don't take my word to be true, right? I'm just suggesting. According to me, it's not that important. Again, it depends on your preparation. If your preparation is really good and you have done all the topics once and you're left out, then you can obviously do polymers. But I'm just telling, for from a general point of view, like if you are just preparing and you haven't done each and every topic, which is the case with most of you, so for them, I'm recommending to leave out polymers. But obviously, if you're preparing for the last 4 or 5 months and you've prepared all the topics and polymers left out, then definitely, I mean, why not? Definitely do polymers also. Natural products again not important according to me, right? Um Again, for gate, there's no specific strategy as such, but obviously I attempt aptitude questions at the last. And again, in gate examination, just don't get stuck up on one particular question. First, go through the whole paper. Now, this is a little drawback of online examinations, that you have to go through a question one by one, right? So definitely don't get stuck up. If you see, even if you know the question, right? For example, there's a numerical, you know the answer to that numerical, and you know you'll be able to solve. But from the look of from the look of it, you see that it is going to be a little lengthy numerical. Just mark it for review and do it at the end. First, do all the easy questions. What that does is it boosts your confidence, right? Once you start solving questions, and immediately after 10-15 seconds, you're marking the answers, and you see a lot of green boxes in your question paper. Automatically, you see that you have attempted a lot of questions. So that gives you tremendous amount of confidence, right? And these entrance exams are all about confidence. If your confidence is high, you'll definitely be able to do really well, right? So just focus on this fact that do the easy questions first. And even if you know that particular question, but you think that it is going to be a little tricky or lengthy to calculate, do it at the end. Just mark it for review. Okay. Yeah, sure. If your goal is qualifying, you can definitely qualify with physical and inorganic. That is not a problem, because qualifying is not a big deal in the gate examination, right? Qualification is quite easy in my perspective. Yeah, you can clear it abhi se bhi. Like if you start preparing now, also you'll be able to clear it. Under 100 rank. Under 100 rank, again, it depends from situation to situation. But I can tell you, under 100, I think 65, or yeah, 60, above 65, I think would fetch you 100. Below 100, I feel so, right? IIT Madras, as it is, makes tough questions. So I think if you get above 65, I think you can get below 100, right? If you any of you have any idea, you can let me know. Not a problem, right? Okay, a lot of questions. There's no point, Preeti, of preparing this, right? uh, okay, I'm just telling, okay, 56 is enough according to Lalit. I'm not sure about this, but I feel, to be on a safer side, I'll say above 60, 65 if you are targeting that, right? Above 60 is definitely a good score, right? Above 60 is definitely a good score. But most of you are suggesting that 55 is enough. So you can go with that also. I mean, still my recommendation would be targeting above 60 only. Okay, because if you target over 60, then maybe come to 55, right? uh yeah, Maxwell relation, obviously. Thermodynamics, I've just mentioned what is important. Like, you cannot afford to miss out Carnot cycle, Joule Thomson, and Kirchhoff's. But yeah, Maxwell relations are obviously, they are like crux of thermodynamics, so you have to do them. uh Happy New Year to you too, Arnav. Yeah, definitely, I'll share this live chat later as well. uh Hold on. Okay, I'll try that, Shilpa. Okay. Um, I mean, yeah, if you have the time, if you can solve more, then that would be great. But if you don't have that much time, then previous year gate and CSI net questions are good enough, right? No, Harshita, for gate, you'll have to know the concept also. Like, for example, if I talk about kinetics, in kinetics, there'll be questions from, let's say, steady state approximation. So, over there, even if you know the formula, that won't be able to help you out because in steady state approximation, mostly they'll ask you, basically the overall rate constant of the reaction. So, then you have to know the concept behind it, otherwise, you won't be able to solve it, right? Like this time, there's a question from ozone, I think, steady state approximation on ozone, right? Where a nascent oxygen was formed in CSI in December 2018. So without the concept, you could not have solved that question. So you have to go through them, right? I mean, you have to know the concept as well. For Langmuir absorption isotope, generally I've seen questions are direct, right? Just the formula, or for even partition functions also, I've seen questions are very, very direct. So over there, maybe it might help you if you don't do the concept and just do the numerical, just do the formula. But again, I for gate, it will be a big risk, right? So I'll try. I've seen most of your requests, and I'll definitely try and do that. All right. And uh, आकाश आता है F block आता तो है but again like I was saying it is not a consistent topic. It definitely comes. I think last year there was a question also where in F block whether you see sharp transitions or not. But again there's no such trend. That's why I did not recommend it. Okay, like pericyclic and photochemistry is like given a very very huge weightage, right? Sorry, Deepak, I don't have any idea. I don't have any idea. I mean, I have some idea, but I'm not confident about it, so I won't suggest you because I have never tried to pursue any PSU, right? So I'm very very unaware of the eligibility criteria for these companies like ONGC, HPLC. I have a few friends, so only from there I've heard a few things. But again, I don't have any first-hand information about these things, so that's why I do not generally talk about it. If I get some information from my friends, I definitely let you know. But as such, I don't have much idea about PSUs. Yeah, three dimensions. I mean, obviously, if your maths is not good, Suraj, then I'm recommending. Like, if your quantum is good, then harmonic oscillator you should do, and Huckle also you should do. But yeah, if you are not very confident about quantum, then at least just do these basics: summation operators, then your eigenfunctions, eigenvalues, wave function of a particle in 1D box, then degeneration in a 3D box. Topics like these. Right. So anyway, I think I need to go. I have a couple of more minutes, so I'll just take a few more questions, and then um, again, if you're asking Jay for gate, it's not important according to me. It's not important, right? Yeah, Shubham. I mean, gate examination. Most of the students either give to get admission into IITs or to join a PSU, right? I don't think there's any other reason why someone would give a gate examination. So most of you are targeting PSUs, I know, right? And if I find someone, Anurag, like told you, I do not have much information about PSUs. But yeah, if I get in touch with one of my friends, I'll definitely ask him or I'll try and interview him so that he can help you out of what is the procedure exactly to join a particular PSU, right? Uh, okay. What about thermodynamics questions in GATE? Maxwell relations, Carnot cycle, Joule-Thomson coefficient, Kirchhoff's equation, then entropy. Second law of thermodynamics is very important from gate point of view, right? Mixing of uh, entropy of mixing of ideal gases. All the questions basically related to change in entropy. Those are very important. Then from particle in 1D, sorry, I'm saying from first law, basically Carnot cycle, all the processes also come into the picture, like your isothermal expansion, adiabatic compression, adiabatic expansion, right? So these all topics also come into the picture. Then what is a path function? What is a state function, right? what is an intensive property, what is extensive property, these all topics, right? Yes, Arimita, you can definitely get a PhD position through GateLang. This will be the last question. I have a friend who got admission in a very good IIT with with just qualifying gate. Okay, she got admission in IIT Madras, so definitely it's very possible, right? Okay. Anyway, so again, I thank you so much for watching this video. I cannot promise, but I'll definitely try and make a few videos basically related to unit conversions. And if any revision topics, if I have a few question bank of thermodynamics and from physical chemistry, so I'll try and upload some videos related to that, right? So thank you so much and good night. Have a good sleep. And if possible, I'll definitely make a video tomorrow, right? Thank you.